Okay, have a good day, everyone. How are you? I hope you are safe and sound there. So, we are now done with the four functions of management. And now let's have the last one, the fifth one. If we are done planning, we already know how to organize. We already know who will do the job or staffing and who will lead the organization. This time, we need also to control things. Okay? There are circumstances that we need to see things on the other side for us to prepare on what will gonna happen, no? So that we can limit the chaos that will happen, especially in the organization. So our hashtag for this lesson, keep it under control. Okay? So here we go. So these will be our learning targets. So define control as a management function and explain its importance in achieving the organizational goals. Apply steps of controlling process through a case analysis or simulated business activity and value the importance of maintaining discipline and accountability in management, performing management tasks. So, controlling is known to be the last function of management. It will always be necessary in the overall managerial process. Excuse me. So, all of those four functions is useless if you don't know how to apply controlling in a certain management. Okay? Without control, other management functions have no value at all. Okay? That is what I have told earlier. So, this is because one cannot know if things are going as anticipated. Again, there are things that is beyond our control, or there are certain things that will come and then we don't know how to face it. Okay? So that's why we need, if we want to prevent or control it, we will do our best. No? So let's have our example, no? In this situation we have right now, diba? If we only knew that, or if we only know that there will be coming earthquake, so we can do precautionary measures, no? But sadly, we don't know because earthquake is unpredictable. So we can, unlike typhoon, that we can prepare, do precautionary measures, no? Do the things we need to prepare just to be safe, for us to be safe. But for earthquake, we cannot do it, no? Because it's unpredictable. So just like in an organization, there are things might happen that is beyond on what we expect happen. Okay? So if we know that we can prevent it, then we will gonna try our best to prevent it or control it. So controlling is a management function that aims to ensure that organization's goals are being accomplished. So we need to check if we are still on the right track on our goals or on what we are going to accomplish or achieve. So controlling is an organizational effort. So it's only not only for one person, one organization, but it's for everyone. So going back to our first discussion no, during our prelim, no, we have the different roles of management. So we have the top management, silang pinaka-upper. So they need also to do precautionary measures such as strategic control. Okay? So kinsa ganito na sa top management, we have the for the people with the top management. Those are the CEOs, the owners, or the one or the presidents, the one who manages the certain organization. Okay. Then we have also the middle level management. Okay. So, sa ito yung mga example, Ani? supervisors, managers on different departments. So they need to do tactical control. Okay, the using of different tactics, just like playing chess. Remember that? Okay. And we also have lower level management. So this is, of course, since it's lower, it's the one who does the operation. So we need also to follow the operational control. Okay. So controlling is continuous activity and gives corrective action. So let's find out more about controlling. So we have three main purpose of controlling. First is to measure the progress and performance. Second, to check if there are deviations and gaps in actual performance. And to recommend corrective actions for improvement if it is necessary. Okay? So of course, we cannot know if asa taan mo padayon or asa ta mo give our best or asa ta mo focus if we don't know how to control. Okay, so we need also to measure, just like you students, for us to know if you really learned something from us, if you have a progress in your learning or in your performances. So we're going to observe you on what did you perform to us based on the exams, the scores that you gave, the performance that you gave, the outputs that you gave. Okay? So that is the reason our main focus there is for you also to have a self-control to yourself. Especially if too much na atong nabuhat nga naapektuhan na atong pagskwela, no? Ang progress sa pagskwela nahimong low ang performance. Okay? Sumaw na siya. We also have the benefits of controlling. So there are seven of it. Let's have it one by one. So it helps to prevent organizational crisis, of course, and then it improves the focus and the goal-oriented mindset of the employees. Ara naman ta, kanira man ang giingon, para ani nga goal, nga mora na ti-achieve. So, ma-focus nga kana ra dapat. Walay lain nga isagol nga activity or task. And then it helps the organization to improve its products and services as well. Okay? So, you know when to parehaan ng mga product karon sa online, di ba? Like, let's have example, the Brilliant, no? The CEO of Brilliant, no? They started with one kanang ilahang one ra nga si Andrea Brillantes ang ilahang first jud nga ambassadress, no? Then na ila ang produkto nila, no? With the help of the ambassadress as well. Later on, daghan na pud ang nipuno sa iyahang gitawag nga Brilliant family, no? And then, of course, kay nakita niya na improvement, na napoy changes sa iyahang na changes sa sabon or changes sa kanang pakete, no? Or sa kuan sa sabon, sudlanan, label, like that, no? So, para makita nila where to go or where to stop. Okay? And it can help to effectively and efficiently use the resources of the company. Excuse me. Of course, so that makaibaw pod ang company nga wala ra nag-waste of time for days or resources nga gihatag and gigamit ba ninyo tarong ang resources or giusik-usikan lang. Okay? And it helps the organization to cope with changes and uncertainties. As what I have said earlier, there are things that beyond on what we have expected. So that is what we call uncertainties. It facilitates coordination among employees as well. Ayun na ba kay kuan and so on and follow nila ng uban. And it also regulates the behavior of employees. Ayaw palit-lit ba kay mo ni muna. Dili pwede malate kay naapay kasunduan ana. So that is an example of controlling. So ikaw nga employee kay di man pwede so ikaw buhat. So you are being disciplined. Okay? So now let's also have the controlling process. Okay, for you to analyze it well, we have here a flow of it, flow of the process. So we have establishment of standards, measure the actual performance and compare it against the standard. If nakuha ba, na-achieve ba niya ang standard, nakita ra ba or na-apply niya ang standard. And then take corrective actions. If na ay wala, then you need to highlight it and do follow-ups. And our standards realistic, feedback ta. Then atong i-answer ang question if ni-follow siya and then realistic ang standard. But if not, not all followed, then we need to apply another so that let's check again and that is to check if everybody is following with it. Okay? Or in the standard. So let's have it individually first. So establishment of standards. Standards are criteria or set of requirements by which performance will be assessed or measured. So it can be expressed in two ways. We have quantitative, productivity rate, number of outputs, amount of profit, time spent, and etc. And we also have qualitative. In qualitative, it's the employee loyalty and customer satisfaction. So mo na, balik na punta. If that certain company has a very good standard at sama na to siya pag kuan, nanindot kinang kumpanya ha. Sama na to siya pag check ang ilahang mga trabahante dugay na dinha nagtrabaho. That is an example, no? Or kana ang ilang i-provide diha nga service ana nga hotel is very kuan kaayo, hospitable kaayo sila to their customers and they always provide our needs, so satisfying sa mga customer. And for quantitative, of course, makita po na using datas, no? So there are outputs, time spent, amount of profit. So that is an example of standards. And measure the actual performance and compare it with the standard. So this is the second part. From gathering essential data, now we will measure the actual performance. So how we're going to have it. We have the three sources of performance data, written outputs, oral reports, and personal observation. So just like you students, mo nang namoy mga written outputs, part of your grade, you have oral recitations or performance task, and we will also checking your behavior na, di ba, alphabetical nga grading in your if you're following the makabansa, makatao at makadiyos core values of the Department of Education to check your behavior or attitude. Okay? So by that we can uh see if you're following the standard of being a student. Okay, that is an example. Then we also have take corrective actions. When standards are not met, it is very important for the managers to investigate the reason behind this shortcoming. Unsay kuan na imuhang employee, then you need or imuhang member of the team, you need to check asa siya, follow kung unsay angayan ato i-follow up kung unsay angayan niya buhaton, if nabuhat ba niya, no? Double check and dili siya pasagdan. Okay? And after which, corrective actions must be established and implemented to address the gaps identified. Okay? Again, we should always be accepting constructive criticism because that's our way to for us to learn. It's a way for us because we didn't know what we are outside because we cannot see our own self. It's the people who will gonna meet us, who knows us. Okay? So we need also to hear constructive criticism. Okay? Dili pwede nga criticize ka kay nga anak ka. kay gidown ka, but instead it's helping you, okay, to do develop personally. And we also have to do follow-ups. So, kung yung ganina, after implementing the corrective actions, managers should also follow up employees' performance to see if there are significant improvements. Your controlling efforts and corrective action will be useless without follow-up. So, for example, si teacher ni adto sa balay sa iyang student nga walay eskwela gihung visit niya. Nagsabot na with parents nga moskwela na siya and so on. But later on, ni absent na po. So, what will happen? All the efforts of the teacher and the parent as well is nothing because wala na follow up or wala na check, no? Tama lang sa kasunduan. Okay? So, we need also to do follow-ups. Ay, wala na eskwela si Kuan. Hmm. So, we need to follow up if nakuha ba? Kay if wala gihapon need sa tamo apply na pud og other para hangtod nga makuha ang goal. Okay? So that is two follow-ups. And we also have techniques and tools of control. So some uses budgetary control. Of course, this is involving the financial plans and actual results with the budget control cost and performance. We also have financial ratios used to measure organizational performance and financial health. And we also have KPI or key performance indicators, no, to track our progress towards our goals. And we need also to benchmarking, no, comparing the results with industry standards or best practices. Okay. And we also have statistical reports audits. So provide database evaluation operations to identify deviations and ensure accuracy and compliance. So I'll give you an example of this, no? Um, my SLG officers is being evaluated to check if they are still doing their best as the officers. So that is an example. We need also to control, no? We need also to check if uh they are still in the right performance or not. Okay, so we use key performance indicator to evaluate their performance. Okay, so that is an example. And we also have best practices or tips in controlling. So first, we have timely feedback. No? This is pwede nga nag-feedback ka 1 second, balik na puput feedback. No. Okay? Provide immediate feedback to correct issues before they grow. O imo lang gipasagdan siya. Ang nga ni dako. So you need also to provide immediately. And then balance metrics. So use both financial and non-financial measures to evaluate performance effectively. And we also have employee involvement, engage employees in control to promote accountability and teamwork. So this time, this is applicable in the real world of work. And later on, you can relate this if you will be having your different professions now or your career. So in conclusion to everything that we have discussed in this session, or as a summary, so do not forget that the role of control is to ensure that organizational activities are still aligned with the planned objectives and standards. Okay? If wala na align, then it will lead to chaos. Strong control systems help detect problems early, promote accountability, and support overall organizational success. Because without control, you cannot continue or you cannot know if you will achieve it directly. Okay, so that's for controlling, and I will be leaving you with this quote. Control is the bridge between plans and performance. So, dili pa dalos-dalos. Hashtag keep it under control. Thank you for listening and stay safe, everyone. And God bless on your final exam, everybody. Goodbye and thank you.